Meron na. Good morning. Good morning, Ivy.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning po. 31, sir.
Chu, good morning.
Morning, sir. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Ano lang, initial ano lang. Ilan ba yung naka-schedule natin ngayon? Alex? Lex? Ito pa parang ang bilang ko kasi 15 plus 3. 18 projects lahat ito.
Yung tatlong maintenance.
Sir, bali 15 projects, 3 maintenance, tapos yung remaining construction na po.
15 pala, 15. Minus 3. Bali 12 sa construction. Para.
So, yes, sir.
In lahat.
Sige. Initial ano ko lang, walang naka-attend sa Zoom ng tawag dito, prospective na bidder. Wala.
Wala, sir, wala.
Diyan sa sa conference room. Wala din.
Dito sa bidding room, sir, yung
Bidding room.
taga-construction po.
Pero walang bidder.
Yung maintenance muna, no?
Bidder.
Taga-maintenance muna, sir, yung nandito.
Pero bidder walang participant na bidder.
Wala po. Wala po
Wala.
bidder.
Sige, mag-ano na lang tayo. No? I-ano ko lang. Okay, good morning to everyone. Today is January 31, 2024. It is already 10:20 in the morning. The schedule for the day is the pre-bid conference for several projects. And the bid back for Region 4A is convening. We have present today ako po si Engineer Isidro Encarnacion, back chairperson. Also with us, we're undertaking it actually online. We have Engineer Marisa G. Agusar, back regular member.
Morning po. Good morning sa lahat.
Morning. And also we have Engineer Jeffrey Michael J. Hamias, representing Maintenance Division, back provisional member of Maintenance Division projects, I should say. And also present is Engineer Robert Nabal, back provisional member for construction projects. Good morning. Also present are members of the back secretariat headed by Engineer Alex Bertodaso. With also from the procurement, we have Engineer Baby Mendoza and members of the back TWG and also back secretary. We have also Engineer si Ray Andrew Mulano, back regular member for all types of procurement. Tama ba yan? So we have a quorum for today's back activity. Good morning, Andrew. So if just to acknowledge yung participants sana sa we have observers also. We have invited our observers, and present with us through via Zoom is Engineer Bashir Batara of NACAP. Good morning, sir. We also have invited other observers such as our OWA and members from CCWI. As of the moment, they have yet to attend or to link with us via Zoom to attend this pre-bid conference. To be discussed today are 15 projects, infrastructure projects, 12 of which is under the construction division, and 3 is under the maintenance division. I will just state the contract IDs for this project, and these are contract IDs numbers 24D00076, 24D00095, 24D00096, that this is the maintenance projects. In the others, 12 projects, we have contract ID number 24D00099, 24D00110, 24D0000157, 24D00164, 24D00166, 24D00167, 24D00168, 24D00111, 24D00128, 24D00135, 24D00152, and 24D00165. All these contracts are under the FY 2024 GAA of the Dpwh. As the presenter will be talking about these projects, the correct project name will be stated later, so to understand better which of these contract IDs are for what sections of roads. Para lang, okay. So let us proceed. There are for the contractors via Zoom. As of the moment, we are waiting for participants. So as of the moment, wala pong naka-link sa atin. And also at the designated conference bidding room, there are also no participants currently attending there. So hopefully, while we discuss, some will be attending to get to information regarding these projects that we are intent to bid out late, as scheduled. Yun. Thank you. Let us proceed. Sino mag-una? Sa maintenance yata, sige. Thank you. Sir Jeff.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Engineer Julia from the Maintenance Division, and will present to you the projects under the maintenance. For contract ID number 24-300076, DAANG MAHARLIKA, kilometer 61 plus 540 to kilometer 63 plus 725. For contract ID numbers 24-D00095, DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ, kilometer 56 to kilometer 56115. Contract ID number 24-D00096, RIZAL Shrine Road, kilometer 52 plus negative 695 to kilometer 52, then negative 625, kilometer 52 plus 512 to kilometer 52 plus 633. Items per work. Facilities for the engineer. Provision of field office for the engineer rental basis per month. Operation and maintenance of 4x2 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer. Vehicle per month. Provision of progress photos per month. Common items in Part B. Other general requirements. Project billboard signboard. Occupational safety and health program per month. Traffic management. Mobilization, demobilization, lump sum. Showing you the Dpwh standard project billboard. Minimum material testing equipment for small contractors per contract ID numbers 24 D0095 and 24 D00096. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. The minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors per contract ID number 24 D00076. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Contract ID number 24 D00076. Showing you the plans. Scope of work. Asphalt overlay construct with 50 mm thick of item 3101C bituminous concrete surface wearing course and with 50 mm thick of item 3102C bituminous concrete surface binder course having a net length of 7.832 lane kilometer. Equipment requirements. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 153,630,895 pesos, and the contract duration is 300 calendar days. The major category of works and the similar categories of works. The source of fund for the project is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. For contract ID number 24 D00095, showing you the vicinity map and key map. Scope of work. Asphalt overlay of the DAANG MAHARLIKA K56 to K56 plus 115 in CALAMBA, Laguna. Existing asphalt overlay will be removed and replaced with 2 layers of bituminous concrete surface with anti-rooting additive 50 mm thick. Reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings will be applied later. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 11,375,420 pesos, and the contract duration is 45 calendar days. The major category of works and the similar categories of works. The source of fund of the project is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Per contract ID number 24 D00096. Rizal Shrine Road. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Scope of work. Asphalt overlay of 2-lane and 4-lane road, emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface, bearing course, hot laid, 50 mm thick, pavement milling, regulatory signs, and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 14,475,000 pesos. And the contract duration is 45 calendar days. The major category of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. That's the end for the maintenance projects. The legal and financial will be discussed later together with the other projects.
Wala naman siguro, wala naman participants so walang expected na queries or yun. Sige, mag-proceed lang tayo sa other projects.
Good morning. I'm Engineer CJ Sota from the Construction Division, and I will be presenting the technical component of the pre-bid for the construction infrastructure projects. Continuing with contract ID number 24D099, CALAMBA Overpass along Manila South Road. Contract ID number 24D0110, installation of solar LED street light along DAANG MAHARLIKA. Kilometer 70 minus 607 to kilometer 84 plus 949. Contract ID number 24D0157, DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ, kilometer 200 plus 770 to kilometer 201 plus 252. Contract ID number 24D0164, LOBO-MALABRIGO-LAIYA-SAN Road, Package 8, Batangas. Contract ID number 24D0166, construction of revetment along Malaking ILOG River, downstream, Barangay Lipahan, San Juan, Batangas. Contract ID number 24D0167, construction of flood control structure along Agos River, Infanta, Quezon, Package 1. Contract ID number 24D0168, construction of flood control structure along Agos River, Infanta, Quezon, Package J. Contract ID number 24D0111, Daang Maharlika LZ, kilometer 88 plus 910 to kilometer 90 plus 80 plus 52. Contract ID number 24D0128, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads along Daang Maharlika LZ, kilometer 123 plus 85 to kilometer 123 plus 125. Contract ID number 24D0135, Daang Maharlika LZ, kilometer 111 plus 735 to kilometer 112 plus 88. Contract ID number 24D0152, Daang Maharlika LZ at kilometer 225 plus 58 to kilometer 225 plus 98. Contract ID number 24D0165, Malina Bridge along Bacoor, Las Marinas National Road. Items of FERC. Facilities for the engineer 8.1.18, provision of the field office for the engineer, rental basis per month. 8.1.26, operation and maintenance of 4x2 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer vehicle per month. 8.1.41, provision of progress photographs per month. Common items on other general requirements. B.5, project billboard signboard each. B.71, occupational safety and health program per month. B.81, traffic management per month for contract ID numbers 24D099, 110, 157, 111, 128, 135, 152, and 165. B.9, mobilization and demobilization lump sum. B.17, temporary diversion of waterway lump sum for contract ID number 24D0166. B.181, craneway lump sum for contract ID number 24D0164. B.182, craneway linear meter for contract ID number 24D0166. B.24, general scaffolding and shoring lump sum for contract ID number 24D099. Showing you the Dpwh standard project billboard layout. Minimum material testing equipment for small contractors for contract ID numbers 24D0128, 135, 152, and 165. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors for contract ID numbers 24D099, 110, 157, 164, 166, 167, 168, and 24D0111. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Contract ID number 24D099, CALAMBA Overpass along Manila South Road. Showing you the vicinity map, Calabarzon map, key map, and layout plan. general plan and general elevation, superstructure, scope of work. The retrofitting of CALAMBA overpass along Manila South Road involves earthworks using sub-base and base course, surface courses, bridge construction, drainage structure, and miscellaneous structure. Equipment requirement. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Manpower requirements. For project manager, project engineer, and foreman, you should have at least 3 years of similar experience and 5 years of total work experience. For materials engineer, you should be a Dpwh accredited materials engineer 1, and for construction safety officer, you should have a course training. Approved budget for the contract is 42,283,405 pesos, and the contract duration is 195 calendar days. Major category of works: bridges, rehabilitation, steel superstructure with cast-in place piles, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. 24D0110, installation of solar LED street light along DAANG MAHARLIKA at kilometer 70 to negative 607 to kilometer 84 plus 949. Showing you the vicinity map in key map. Layout plan. Typical roadway section. Scope of work. Installation of 1,049 number of single-arm solar LED roadway lighting, 100 watts, 12-meter mounting pole with 1.5-meter single-mast arm, a staggered lighting arrangement including remove and install existing sidewalk and line canal. Equipment requirements. Showing you the major equipment requirements. Manpower requirements. For project manager, project engineer, and foreman, you should have a minimum years of similar experience of 3 and minimum years of total work experience of 5. For materials engineer, you should be a Dpwh accredited materials engineer 2. And for construction safety officer, you must have a course training. The approved budget for the contract is 289,500,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 300 calendar days. Major category of works: traffic engineering and management system, including road safety devices, TEMS, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0157, DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ, kilometer 200 plus 770 to kilometer 201 plus 252. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout map and straight line diagram. Typical roadway section. Traffic management plan. Scope of work. Road widening from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, Portland cement concrete pavement road with macro synthetic fibers, 0.33 meter thick with a length of 972 lane meter, with 0.15 meter thick Portland cement stabilized road mix base course, new soil aggregate, and 0.15 meter thick aggregate sub-base course, surplus common excavation, embankment from roadway excavation, removal of structures and obstruction, concrete, construction of 0.30 meter thick Portland cement concrete pavement with macro synthetic fibers with a length of 972 linear meter with precast curb and gutter, and 1.43 meter by 0.95 meter reinforced concrete line canal on both sides and reflectorized pavement markings. Equipment requirements, showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Manpower requirements. For project manager, project engineer, and foreman, you should have at least 3 years and 5 years of similar experience and total work experience respectively. For materials engineer, you should be a Dpwh accredited materials engineer 1, and for construction safety officer, you should have a course training. The approved budget for the contract is 31,593,135 pesos, and the contract duration is 165 calendar days. Major category of works: roads, construction, PCCP, RCP, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0164. LOBO-MALABRIGO-LAIYA-SAN Road, Package 8, Batangas. Showing you the vicinity map, caliber zone map, key map, and layout plan. General plan and general elevation. Typical section at abutment and at pier. Scope of work. Construction of 2-lane, 3-span bridge with a total width of 9.54 meter and a total length of 35 linear meter for spans 1, 2, and 3. ASHTO type 5 pre-stressed concrete girder, reinforced concrete deck slab, sidewalk, post, and railing as superstructure supported by 1.8 meter diameter board piles at the abutment and 2 meter diameter board piles at piers 1 and 2, including craneway and other miscellaneous items. Equipment requirements, showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Manpower requirements. For project manager, project engineer, and foreman, you should have at least 3 years of similar experience and 3 years and 5 years of total work experience. For materials engineer, you should be a DPWH accredited materials engineer 1. And for construction safety officer, you must have course training. Approved budget for the contract and contract duration. The approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos and the contract duration is 300 calendar days. Major category of works: bridge, construction, concrete, superstructure with cast-in-place piles. I'm showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0166, construction of revetment along Malaking ILOG River, downstream, Barangay Lipahan, San Juan, Batangas. Showing you the key map, caliber zone map, and vicinity map and layout plan. Scope of work. Construction of combined reinforced concrete revetment and retaining wall. For reinforced concrete revetment, construction of 0.20 meter thick revetment with 100 millimeter diameter PVC posts spaced at every 2 meters, staggered, supported by 0.8 by 0.7 meter pile cap with combined 0.8 meter diameter concrete drill piles and type 2 steel sheet pile with a length of 29 meter and 16 meter respectively. For reinforced concrete retaining wall, construction of 0.30 meter thick wall with water stop with height of 5 meters supported by 2.4 by 0.4 meter reinforced concrete driven piles with length of 3 meter and spaced every 3 meter. Equipment requirements. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 148,500,000 pesos and the contract duration is 300 calendar days. Major category of works: flood control, construction, drainage, closed and open conduits, FCN. I'm showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0167, construction of flood control structure along Agus River in Fanta, Quezon, Package 1. Showing you the key map, calibration map, and layout plan. Typical section. Scope of work: construction of 350 linear meter dikes segmented every 50 meter with 0.2 meter thick reinforced concrete revetment and 0.6 meter thick rubble concrete with 5 meter crest width, and construction of 4 meter width reinforced PCCP 0.28 meter thick with subbase of 0.25 meter thick supported by 1.7 by 0.7 pile cap with 12 meter and 6 meter type 2 steel sheet pile at front and back of pile cap respectively. For every 50 meters in length of the project, there is a construction of end section consists of 0.20 meter thick reinforced concrete with 0.7 by 0.7 meter pile cap with 6 meter type 2 steel sheet pile. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 193 million pesos and the contract duration is 300 calendar days. Major category of works: flood control, construction, drainage, closed and open conduits, FCN. And showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0168, construction of flood control structure along Agus River in Fanta, Quezon, Package J. Showing you the key map, calibration map, and layout plan. Scope of work: construction of 350 linear meter dike segmented every 50 meter with 0.2 meter thick reinforced concrete revetment and 0.6 meter thick rubble concrete with 5 meter crest width, and construction of 4 meter width reinforced PCCP 0.28 meter thick with subbase of 0.25 meter thick supported by 1.7 meter by 0.7 meter pile cap with 12 meter and 6 meter type 2 steel sheet pile at front and back of the pile cap respectively. For every 50 meter in length of the project, there is a construction of end section consists of 0.2 meter thick reinforced concrete with 0.6 by 0.6 meter pile cap with 6 meter type 2 steel sheet pile. Show me the minimum major equipment requirements. Show me the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 193 million pesos and the contract duration is 300 calendar days. Major category of works: flood control, construction, drainage, closed and open conduits, FCN, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0111, DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ, kilometer 88 plus 910 to kilometer 90 plus 42. Scope of work. Off-carriageway improvement, construction of drainage using 1,000 millimeter diameter high-density polyethylene pipe with curb and gutter, sidewalk, and manhole. Equipment requirements, showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 140,083,265 pesos, and the contract duration is 225 calendar days. Major category of works: flood control, construction, drainage, closed and open conduits, FCN, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0128, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads along the DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ at kilometer 123 plus 85 to kilometer 123 plus 125. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout plan and straight line diagram. Typical roadway section. Scope of work: reconstruction of 0.16 lane kilometer carriageway from kilometer 123 plus 85 up to kilometer 123 plus 125 at Tayabas, Quezon. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 3,860,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 45 calendar days. Major category of works: roads, construction, PCCP, RCP, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0135, DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ, from kilometer 111 plus 735 to kilometer 112 plus 88. Showing you the key map and vicinity map. Layout map and straight line diagram. Typical roadway section. Plan and profile. Scope of work: road widening from 2 to 4 lanes with aggregate subbase, 0.15 meter thick, Portland cement stabilized road mixed base course, 0.15 meter thick, and Portland cement concrete pavement with macro fibers, 0.33 meter thick, 7 days. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 60,646,250 pesos, and the contract duration is 120 calendar days. Major category of works: roads, construction, PCCP, RCP, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0152, Daang Maharlika LZ, from kilometer 225 plus 58 to kilometer 225 plus 98. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout map and straight line diagram. Typical roadway section. Plan and profile. Scope of work. Slope protection structure using steel sheet pile type 2 and construction of PCCP shoulder 0.23 meter thick. Equipment requirements. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 9,650,000 pesos and the contract duration is 105 calendar days. Major category of works: roads, construction, slope protection using structural measures, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. And lastly, contract ID number 24D0165, Molino Bridge along Bacoor, Dasmariñas National Road. Showing you the key map, Calabarzon map, vicinity map, and layout plan. General plan. General elevation. General section. Scope of work. Widening of Molino Bridge incorporated with improvement of intersection including reinforced concrete box culvert, Portland cement concrete pavement, aggregate sub-base course, curb and gutter, island, and miscellaneous items. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Showing you the manpower requirements. The approved budget for the contract is 13,992,500 pesos and the contract duration is 210 calendar days. Major category of works: bridges, construction, concrete superstructure with driven piles, and showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Thank you. That's all for the technical component of the pre-bid. Let me proceed po sa legal and financial component of the pre-bid. Bid data sheet. ITB clause 10.3, the required PCAB license for this contract is as follows. For contract ID numbers 24D095, 96, 128, 135, 152, and 165, license category C&D and license classification small b. For contract ID numbers 24D099, 157, 164, 166, and 111. License Category B and License Classification Medium A. For contract ID number 24D076, 110, 167, and 168. License Category A and License Classification Medium B. ITP Clause 22, bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bid submitted manually is at Bidding Room, Dpwh, Region 4A, Calamba, Interchange, Barangay Mayapa, City of Calamba, Laguna, and electronically should be submitted at electronicbids_R4A at dpwh.gov.ph. The deadline for receipt of bids is on February 13, 2024 at 10 a.m. for contract ID numbers 24D076, 95, 96, 99, 110, 157, 164, 166, 167, and 168. And on February 14, 2024 at 10 a.m., contract ID numbers 24D0111, 128, 135, 152, and 165. For bids to be submitted electronically or online, the following procedures should be observed following the Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020. GCC Clause 4.1. The procuring entity shall give possession of the site to the contractor upon the receipt of the notice to proceed. The start date should not be later than 7 calendar days from its issuance date of the receipt of the notice to proceed. GCC Clause 7.2. In case of semi-permanent structures such as buildings of types 1, 2, and 3 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, concrete asphalt roads, concrete river control, drainage, irrigation line canals, river landing, deep wells, rock causeway, pedestrian overpass, and other similar semi-permanent structures, 5 years. For contract ID numbers 24D076, 95, 96, 110, 157, 166, 167, 168, 111, 128, 135, and 24D0152. And in case of permanent structures such as buildings of types 4 and 5 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, and other structures made of steel, iron, or concrete which comply with relevant structure codes, such as but not limited to steel concrete bridges, flyovers, aircraft movement areas, ports, dams, tunnels, filtration and treatment plants, sewerage systems, power plants, transmission and communication towers, railway system, and other similar permanent structures. 15 years. For contract ID numbers 24D099, 164, and 24D0165. Bid security. Bidders are allowed to choose any of the following forms: cash, cashier's check, manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank, 2% of ABC. The bank draft guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. If issued by a foreign bank, it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a universal or commercial bank, 2% of ABC. Surety bond callable upon demand, issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, 5% of ABC, and bid securing declaration. Bids and bid security shall be valid within 120 calendar days from the opening of bids. Amount of bank guarantee, irrevocable letter of credit, cash, cashier's check, manager's check, 2% of ABC. For contract ID number 24D076, 3,072,617 pesos and 90 centavos. Contract ID number 24D095, 227,508 and 40 centavos. Contract ID number 24D096, 289,500 pesos. 24D099, 845,668 pesos and 10 centavos. 24D0110, 5,790,000 pesos. 24D0157, 631,862 pesos and 70 centavos. 24D0164, 1,930,000 pesos. 24D0166, 2,970,000 pesos. 24D167 and 168, 3,860,000 pesos. 24D0111, 2,281,665 pesos and 30 centavos. 24D0128, 77,200 pesos. 24D0135, 332,925 pesos. 24D0152, 193,000 pesos. 24D0165, 279,850 pesos. Surety bond, 5% of ABC. For contract ID number 24D076, 7,681,544 pesos and 75 centavos. 24D095, 568,771 pesos. Contract ID number 96, 2496, 723,750 pesos. 24D099, 2,140,170 pesos and 25 centavos. 24D0110, 14,475,000 pesos. 24D0157, 1,579,656 pesos and 75 centavos. 24D0164, 4,825,000 pesos. 24D0166, 7,425,000 pesos. 24D0167 and 168, 10,650,000 pesos. 24D0111, 5,704,163 pesos and 25 centavos. 24D0128, 193,000 pesos. 24D0135, 833,312 pesos and 50 centavos. 24D0152, 482,500 pesos. 24D0165, 699,625 pesos. Checklist of legal and technical requirements of the bid proposal. Part 1, technical component envelope, Class A documents, Class B documents. Part 2, financial component envelope. Submission of bids. 2 envelope system, documentary requirements, duly signed, paginated with ear tags and book bound for technical and financial envelopes. Envelopes 1 and 2. 1 original and 2 duplicate copies placed in 1 sealed envelope. Payment process of bidding documents. Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Bidding date. February 13, 2024 at 10 a.m. for contract ID numbers 24D076, 95, 96, 99, 110, 157, 164, 166, 167, and 24D0168. And on February 14 at 10 a.m., contract ID numbers 24D0111, 128, 135, 152, and 24D0165. Cost of bidding documents for contract ID numbers 24D076, 110, and 164, 50,000 pesos. And for contract ID numbers 24D095, 96, 99, and 157, 25,000 pesos. For contract ID numbers 24D0166, 167, 168, 111, 50,000 pesos. For contract ID number 24D0128, 5,000 pesos. For contract ID numbers 24D0135 and 165, 25,000 pesos. And for contract ID number 152, 10,000 pesos. Important notice. The net financial contracting capacity or NFCC of the bidder shall be used in the eligibility processing. The prospective bidder must have an NFCC of at least equal to the ABC to be procured as follows. IRR section 23.5.2.6. NFCC is equal to the current asset minus current liabilities times 15 minus value of portions of all outstanding works under the bidder's ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts to be started. which portions coincide with the contract to be bid. CLL or credit line commitment shall no longer be accepted per GPPB Resolution Number 20 Series of 2013, dated July 30, 2013, and Department Order Number 37 Series of 2014, dated March 26, 2014. Important notice. In the NFCC, the fixed factor of 15 shall be used in the computation of the NFCC regardless of the contract duration. As per Department Order No. 193 Series of 2016, the procuring entity shall disqualify the constructor from participating in the bidding or award of contract infrastructure projects if his firm incurred a delay in any of his ongoing contracts, government or private, which is considered attributable to him pursuant to the provisions of IRR of RA 9184 in any of the following cases. Number 1, where the firm incurred a negative slippage of at least 15% of his ongoing contract in accordance with Section 34.3.b.ii of Rule X, post-qualification of RA 9184. Number 2, where the delay in the completion of work has exceeded the time duration equivalent to 10% of the specified contract time to any approved time suspension. The same shall be subject for decision in accordance with Section 8.4 of Annex D of RA 9184. Or number 3, where the total liquidated damages has exceeded 10% of the total contract price. The same shall automatically taken over by the procuring entity or award to a qualified contractor through a negotiation in accordance with Section 8.5 of Annex E of RA 9184. Work experience in similar contracts, prospective bidder must have done a single largest completed contract or SLCC similar to the contract to be procured, and whose value at current prices is at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. GPPB NPM number 150 series of 2016, a temporary pickup certificate of license cannot substitute the requirements of submitting a valid pickup license as part of eligibility requirements. Thank you. That's all for legal and financial components of the PBID. Let me proceed po sa electronic submission of bids.
Electronic submission and receipt of bids. This is for the efficient conduct of procurement activities during a state of calamity or implementation of community quarantine or similar restrictions, authorizing the submission and receipt of bids through electronic means or email. Our legal references for the submission of bids electronically are the Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020, GPPB Resolution Number 9, 2020, dated May 7, 2020, and the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. The prospective bidders shall prepare and submit their bids electronically following the steps prescribed under WIDO 87, 2020 in accordance with GPPB Resolution Number 9, 2020 as follows. The Box Secretariat shall post the invitation to bid and bidding documents in the Dpwh and PhilJEP's websites and at any conspicuous place for 7 calendar days per Section 21 of the IRR of RA 9184. Upon posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents, the Box Secretariat shall create the contract ID folder in the eBid portal. This is the Dpwh electronic bid submission and receipt portal. This is the contract ID folder created by the Box Secretariat in the eBid portal. The contractor shall purchase the bidding documents per Section 17.4 and Appendix 8 Guidelines on the Sale of Bidding Documents of the IRR of RA 9184. The applicable fee for the specific project is indicated in the invitation to bid. Prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the prospective bidders shall send an email with subject official receipt for contract ID to electronicbids_R4A@dpwh.gov.ph. Attached to the said email is the copy of the official receipt of purchase of bidding documents in portable document file PDF format with file name in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore official receipt dot PDF. For example, the file name of the attached PDF containing the official receipt of the contractor with pickup ID number 12345 who intends to participate in the bidding of contract ID number 21D00001 shall be 12345 underscore 21D00001 underscore official receipt.pdf. Further, the email subject would be official receipt for 21D00001. This is the confirmation of the electronically submitted official receipt. An email shall be received by a prospective bidder confirming its successful submission of the official receipt. Only the electronic bids of bidders who have successfully submitted an electronic official receipt shall be accepted. This is the folder of the OR received in the eBid portal. This is the OR submitted by the contractor received in the eBid portal. Upon submission of electronic proof of purchase of bidding documents or the OR, the contractor may now send its electronic bid with file name format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid.zip or .rar or .7z with email subject format bid submission for contract ID. Its bid must be in a password-protected archive format and shall contain two password-protected archive files, the technical and financial proposal. This is an acknowledgement receipt email that will be received by the contractor upon submission of its bid. This is the folder submitted in the eBid portal. Similar to manual submission, prospective bidders shall prepare their bids in two file folders, each for the technical and financial components. The file name of the technical and financial components folders should be in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial. Subsequently, each of the technical and financial components file folders shall be compressed, password protected, and named in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical.zip or .rar or .7z and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial.zip or .rar or .7z respectively. Each file contained in the technical and financial components file folders shall be in PDF format, either scanned or exported, published, with file name in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore descriptive file name.pdf. The compressed archive file folders of the technical and financial components shall be compiled in a password-protected compressed archive main file folder with file name in the format pickup underscore contract ID underscore bid. In case the total file size of the main archive file folder is more than the allowable size of an attachment, per email of the prospective bidder's email service provider, they shall need to split its electronic bid into 2 or more password-protected compressed archive main file folders. The email submitting the prospective bidder's electronic bid should have a subject in the format Bid Submission for Contract ID. In case of multiple compressed archive main file folders, it shall be submitted in multiple emails, each with subject in the format Bid Submission 1/2 for Contract ID, Bid Submission 2/2 for Contract ID. If a bidder wishes to modify its electronic bid, he may do so following the procedures in the manual submission of bid, or he may choose to submit his modification electronically in the same format prescribed in the preparation and submission of an electronic bid, except that the subject of the email submitting the bid modification shall be labeled Bid Modification X for Contract ID, where X represents the number of bid modifications submitted. For example, the subject of an email submitting a first bid modification for contract ID number 21D00001 should be bid modification 1 for 21D00001. This is the same in the prescribed format in the preparation and submission of electronic bid, except that the bid modification main archive file folder shall be labeled as pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid modification underscore x dot zip or dot rar or dot 7z. In case a prospective bidder that have purchased a bidding document decided not to participate, he may choose to submit his letter of non-participation manually or electronically. In case of electronic submission, the contractor shall send an email with the subject non-participation for contract ID with the letter of non-participation as attachment with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore non-participation.pdf. This email should be sent to electronic bids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. Bids may only be withdrawn prior the deadline for bid submission. In case of withdrawal of an electronic bid, the bidder shall send an email with the subject Bid Withdrawal for Contract ID and the letter of bid withdrawal in PDF format with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid withdrawal.pdf shall be attached. This email should be sent to electronic bids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. The box secretariat shall close the contract ID folder in eBid portal on the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. This is the closed contract ID folder in the eBid portal. The box secretariat shall download the bids from the eBid portal to the local computer. Only during the actual opening of bids shall the bidder disclose the passwords for his electronic bid. This can be done by the bidder's authorized representative verbally in person, through phone call, online platforms, or through writing. In all cases, the bidders will have only 3 attempts or 15 minutes, whichever comes first, to provide the correct password. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. The bidder may also be subjected to the three-strike policy as warranted by the circumstances. If the bidder chooses to disclose the password through phone call, he should make sure that the contact numbers as recorded in the Civil Works application are open when the BAC calls to ask for the password. The bidder may also choose to call the BAC number during the bid opening time and wait for the opening of his bid for him to disclose the password. For online video calls, the bidder may call the BAC Messenger account. If the bidder chooses to attend the bid opening through online conference, the bidder should join the meeting using the given link. If the bidder chooses to disclose the passwords through writing, the letters for password 1, main file folder, technical component file folder, and password 2, financial component file folder, should be enclosed in separate envelopes with the sender details such as AMO, bidder name, and address. Address to the BAC chairperson with the details of the bidding such as contract ID, contract name, bid opening date and time. Signed and sealed with a remark, password 1 or 2. Do not open before actual bid opening date and time. All electronic bids, password-protected compressed archive main file folders shall be opened first for the opening of the technical component compressed archive file folders. This shall be followed by the opening of the bids submitted manually for the opening of the technical component envelopes. The same procedures apply for the financial component compressed archive file folders and financial component envelopes. The BAC Secretariat shall open the financial proposal archive file. Notes and reminders for the contractors in the preparation and submission of bids. Only bidders with system-accepted proof of payment shall be allowed to submit their electronic bids, which shall not be beyond the deadline specified for the submission of bids. An email shall also be received by a prospective bidder in instances where their sent email related to the submission of electronic OR of purchase of the bidding documents if it has incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal, if it has no attachment, if it has an attachment but is not in the prescribed format, if it has more than one attachment, or if it was received after the deadline of bid submission. For the foregoing cases, the prospective bidders should rectify or correct the noted deficiencies to comply with the requirements for its electronic bid to be accepted. The bidders must submit their electronic bid using the registered email address in the Civil Works application. In case prospective bidders are not yet registered in the CWA, they can use any email address subject to the verification of the BAC Secretariat. For joint venture, the format of pickup ID to be used by the bidder in naming their files, folders, and archives shall be JV-pickup ID of the lead member. If a bidder chooses to submit an electronic bid, the same bidder can no longer submit a bid manually for the same contract and vice versa. Bid modification can be submitted electronically or manually, regardless of the manner by which the original bid was submitted. If a bidder submitted modifications both electronically and manually for a specific contract, the submission with the latest official date and time of receipt shall prevail. The submitted official receipt of purchase of bidding documents shall include the correct and complete names of the contractors who will submit their bids. Notes and reminders for the receipt of bids. An auto-reply email shall be sent to acknowledge receipt of electronic bids in instances where an email is sent with incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal. Without any attachment, with attachment that is not in the prescribed format, with more than one attachment, or submitted after the deadline. An auto-reply email shall also be sent regarding withdrawal of bid, non-participation, and if the bidder has yet to submit proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Emails with more than one attachment with invalid subject contract ID and unrecognized transactions shall be automatically moved to the unidentified documents subfolder in the procuring entity's main folder in the eBid portal. This is the unidentified documents folder in the eBid portal. The following shall not be accepted by the eBid portal. Submission of bid without initially submitting the proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Submission of bid after the deadline, and submission of proof of purchase of bidding documents after the deadline. Notes and reminders for the opening of bids. For a hybrid system of submission where electronic and manual bids were received for a particular contract, electronic bids must be opened first before the manual bids. If a bidder committed typographical errors in the submission of electronic bid or attached files in the wrong format, the bid shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or improperly compressed or password-protected folder or for its premature opening. If an electronic bid or file was found to be damaged and could not be extracted or opened, the bid shall be considered failed. Notes and reminders for non-participation and bid withdrawal. In case of non-participation and withdrawal of bids, the BAC Secretariat shall check the letters of non-participation, bid withdrawal received in the dedicated email address and is stored in the eBid portal, and shall observe the provisions under Section 26.2 of the IRR of RA 9184 and DO 17 Series of 2015.
Secretariat. May di-discuss pa?
Okay na po, Sir C. Tapos na po.
Tapos na? Oo. Sige, ano yun, salamat sa yung engineers, yung presenters from construction and maintenance. Sino yun? Si engineer, nabasa ko lang engineer CJ and engineer Joliano. For discussing, clarifying and explaining technical details regarding the 15 projects, 15 contracts, and also for discussing yung eligibility requirements and the technical and financial components that should be submitted by a prospective bidder to these projects, and also regarding the extensive discussion for an electronically submitted bid. So nandun naman na yung proseso natin, And let me just state na we are open to any clarifications 10 days prior to the bidding. So the BAC is open to kung may isasubmit na clarification, despite the fact na today in our video conferencing via Zoom and presented in the YouTube, wala tayong prospective bidders na participants dito sa ating pre-bid conference, and also at the sa site yung sa conference room, sa bidding room, wala din naman participants there. So anyway, we expect yung bidding to take place February 13 and 14 for these 15 projects. 10 sa February 13, tama ba? And 5 sa February 14. And the deadline will be at 10 a.m. in the morning. So, as discussed earlier, we will accept also if kung merong bidding that are submitted by electronic means, and kung naman manual submission, okay lang din, but the bidder should choose only one kung ano yung means of submission nila. So again, thank you. Salamat din kay Engineer Bashir Batara from NACAP, our observer, for joining us dito sa pre-bid conference. Ano pa ba? So kung wala na rin naman ng other topics to discuss para sa pre-bid conference natin, technically naman, basically na-discuss naman lahat from the projects and the processes and stages na gagawin para sa bidding natin ay maging successful. So yun, thank you. See you on the next BAC activity. And para dito sa mga contracts na na-discuss sa February 13 and 14, tayo magkikita ulit para dito sa mga particular projects. Salamat sa inyo lahat, mga kapwa BAC members, Ma'am Chu, Engineer Jeff, si Boss Bobby, and wala na si Andrew. Sige, thank you so much, BAC Procurement and BAC Secretary. Thank you. Wala na, okay na pa.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Alex, thank you.
Thank you po.